Welcome everyone to Game 1. Game 1 of Group B. And again, like Group D, this will be a one and only game. Sander going to be playing against Tomko in a ZvZ matchup on Blistering Sands. Tomko at the bottom left as the... another wonderful ZvZ, but as the yellow Zerg in the bottom left is Tomko, and we will have Sander in the top right. We'll see exactly how this game goes. Not saying anything, but it might be a longer game than we're used to seeing it from ZvZ. I'm curious to see exactly if we're gonna... It looks like Tomko is not going for 9 Overlord. I feel like I'm the only one in the tournament that actually did that. It's more economical, but looks like we're having a double extractor trick. Now just has the larva, and there's the 12. Looks like this one might be let go. No. So double extractor trick from Sander. Tomko opting for a 9 pull. It looks like he's going to get his Overlord, and it looks like he might be saving up a little bit. He should be getting another drone here right now, as he will have enough to... Yes, there it is. Okay. Good. So he's going to do a 9 pull rush against Sander, who is just now getting his 11 pull. I don't know what just happened, but he definitely had more units, I thought. But the Overlord getting out for Sander, now for Tomko, and it looks like he's going to be using up his larva instead of getting out those early Zerglings that it seemed like he was saving up. Sander now going to be boxing around Tomko's creep with his drone scout, as Tomko does the same with Sander's base. And not too much going on, just extractors for speedlings or banelings, as you know most Zerg players love to do, which is very sad. Looks like Tomko going to be hiding his drone away for a little bit. 4 Zerglings on the way for Tomko, and 2 already out, so we might see some early pressure. And Sander will respond with a Spinecrawler in his base, still getting no gas. Hopefully we'll see that change. In fact, we do, right before our eyes. Both players getting that wonderful Vespene gas that will allow them to produce banelings, morph to a lair, and do other fun things as Zerg. No expansion for either player. It looks like Sander does have the money to do so. Just now starting his queen. Unfortunately, he is supply blocked, so that should be an Overlord right about there. No, instead opting for another drone, continuing to be supply blocked. That is not good if you are a Sander fan. We do have 6 Zerglings. Against 1 Spinecrawler. I'm pretty sure the Spinecrawler will win, especially with a... well, the queen will be on its way, eventually. Her way, maybe? Tomko scaring off this Overlord could have actually killed it, I think. If the queen went behind it before Sander nosed it. But both players continuing to produce just Zerglings, queens, and Overlords. No Baneling nest quite yet. Sander is ahead in the drone count. There is a Roach Warren going down, so it looks like we're not going to be seeing any sort of Baneling play, which I'm very grateful for. Tomko does scout it out and is going to start doing a little bit of drone killing. Unfortunately, the drones are a little bit vulnerable, and it looks like all that drone advantage that Sander had has been eroded quite quickly by Tomko. More Zerglings streaming across the map. This Spinecrawler not being very useful. Tomko looks like... I don't know how that other Zergling died, but it did. Now a lair. Hoo-hoo! Sander kicking it up another notch. Does have a 1 Roach in production. Needs more drones, though, as Sander... might be under some pressure from Tomko's Zerglings. Speed on the way, nearly done for Tomko. It looks like he's going to be getting more drones, continuing to drone up. Looks like he was behind a lot more than I thought, having only evened out the drone count here. Now might pull in the lead, but Zerglings out for both players. Looks like these are going to make a push as Speed is just finishing. Hopefully he can time it well so he can blow past these Zerglings, especially this Roach, who will absolutely destroy the multitude of these lings. Now it looks like that little pull away was enough to have the Roach target fire a different one, and actually Tomko doing very well, only lost no lings. So, as you can see, more roaches out for Sander, going to be protecting that spine crawler with their lives instead of focusing on what Tomko did the previous time. Looks like the baneling nest for Sander is up, as well as his lair. And I gotta ask exactly what prompted all this tech. He's got a couple roaches, maybe to defend against banelings. Ooh, queen snipe, very nice. Tomko really doing some good work here. Might target fire another drone. Does he get it? No. 11 hit points, just 3 more hits, and now Sander has a couple banelings out. But as we see Tomko with his lair and a spire on the way, we'll see exactly how this plays out. But the queen snipe, oh, so good. You love seeing that because it drastically cuts down production. It looks like we're going to see a little bit more of a push with a few zerglings, a few roaches, and a few banelings. Very nice composition. It looks like, unfortunately, Tomko out of position with most of his overlords will not see this until it's too late. He does have a spine crawler on the way, but the spire is nearly done. With 400 gas, he's able to afford just a few of them if he can get the minerals. Looks like by the time it does finish, he'll be able to afford 5 or 6 if his minerals allow it. It looks like these roaches are going to take point with the banelings and zerglings following closely behind. A token force of zerglings, as well as the second queen that Sander got, is there as well. Looks like Tomko going to be moving out and saying, no, I don't want a creep tumor. Going to continue to buy time as the mutas are training. And unfortunately, this baneling here, being distracted here, oh, right now would be a great time. Oh, beautifully done. Looks like the spine crawler is of utmost importance. Oh, a bunch of drones going down. Tomko only saving about 8 or 9 of them. But the spine crawler does survive as the mutas do their work. Unfortunately, the queen snipe in return for Sander is going to even up the score a little bit. But now, zerglings on the way. We do not see a counter spire or an evo chamber for spore colonies. So this could be bad, as one queen might not stand up to just harass. We do see an, ooh, very nice. A second queen is nearly there. It will come into play. There's the evo chamber, a little bit late. And mutas on the way trying to take that out, realizing that they have to go for some drone kills to even the score. And this queen going to do a lot of work. Looks like 1 microed away, and now it's good time for Sander to continue to pound away at these mutas. And for Tomko, he's just got to rebuild his economy again and again. That's what we see as a common thread in all ZvZ. Both mutalisks very hurt. Slow zerglings here might go down to mutas as well as any exposed overlord. And oh, more mutas. Do they have to make a return trip? Looks like they're focusing on the last few zerglings here. 5 in the air, though. That's not going to be handled by just 2 queens. Looks like he's not getting more. He's neglecting all his larvae for the time being. Only at 22 supply. So there's a couple of spore crawlers. Needs one over here because he doesn't want his tech to go down. That would be very, very bad. Baneling's morphing in now. This spine crawler is susceptible to only 1 baneling. So these banelings can do a lot of damage. These mutas will be able to snipe the spawning pool, the roach warren, or the baneling nest. Their choice. 2 queens out. Not going to be able to handle this many mutas. Hopefully there's another one in production. No, indeed there is not. This baneling nest looks ripe for the picking, though. And now we do see only... No banelings there. Oh, Tomko, or Sander. No. And now they're rallying around that. Baneling only killing a couple of drones here, and a bunch of them just dying. Now we do have 4 zerglings. Where have the mutas gone? That looks like they have evacuated or died. Did they die? Oh no, they were into that spore crawler that spawned and they died. And even Sander has an expansion, so this is looking very nice for Sander, as that baneling able to take out again Tomko's entire economy, and that is very sad. He has got slow zerglings, and they're able to do that much damage. 1 muta in the air, splitting up his zerglings, allowing this one to die, so that these 2 might survive as banelings. But looks like the mutalist is too smart for that, and will catch the banelings as they're morphing if Tomko can realize it in time. Now, before they hit anything, the mutalist should be able to kill them if they decide to go in. But the baneling should be able to see the muta, and hopefully we won't be doing anything too hasty. but Sander in a great position now, as none of his tech was sniped, getting those spore crawlers in exactly the right time, catching those mutas off guard. And looks like we do have some baneling movement. It's got split up and took out one drone. Oh well. Still, keeping his opponent on the on the back foot. 3 mutas in the air. Roach War nearly there. Tomko saving up some energy on his queen now, spitting. Has room for a... Wow. Ling Muta now going to be going Roach, or Baneling rather. Hydroden. Sander off of one gas is going every tech path there is except for a Spire. Has one of every building except for... he's got another hatchery. He's got... let's see, what else could he get as tier 1 and 2? Picked it. He's got one of everything in the basic. In advanced, he's missing just a Spire, a Nidus, and an Ultraden, so he's doing very well. Of course, a Hive as well, but looks like he's giving his opponent time to really tech up. We do see a Hydroden as well as a Spire off of 2 fully saturated gas, but not a lot of drones, as we do see Tomko down 7. And again, oops, sorry, the pink player here does have a slight advantage. He has another expansion up on his opponent. Looks like it was just scouted, so we might see some movement as the Slowlings are going to beat down this back wall as well as pressure the front, and a bunch of Speedlings and Hydras are able to scout that out, or defend the base while the mutas take out Sander's expansion. But we should have some Hydras being sent over there, as Sander does have them, but the mutas are able to choose their target, pick and choose where they go. These 3 spore crawlers and 2 queens will be enough. And it's kind of curious as to why Sander chose this expansion anyway. I'm not exactly sure the reasoning behind it. His natural is far easier to defend and far closer. But we do have a bunch of Hydras and now Zerglings going to head up to this similar force, although very outmatching force. And the Baneling and the Zergling is behind the... oh, this is not good, as Sander tries to retreat, losing 2 Hydras, and should be able to focus fire down. Oh my goodness! Oh, one Baneling just took out everything Sander had, and this Hydra stands no chance. And this expansion being left alone will die, so any advantage that Sander had got nixed there. Still only 2 drones in this extractor, and it looks like he's going to get a second one as well. Can't really support Banelings and Roaches and Hydras, only off 1 gas. That's very bad. I'm surprised he can eke out a couple of Hydras. So now we do have a Hydra on Hydra battle. Looks like they're going to trade and kind of dance a little bit, waiting for these Slowlings to kind of get there. It's very humorous because, you know, I rag on Hydras being slow off creep, but slow Zerglings just don't look natural. It looks like finally Tomko going to expand, but does he have the economy? He is slowly getting there, as he does have 16 to 18, so he is clearly, and it looks like these mutas are just having fun killing everything they can see. It looks like, oh, kill this exposed Overlord, please. You can go across the map and supply block your opponent. And he's going to instead run into these Hydras. Oh, no! What are you doing? Why are you moving that way? You have to attack. You could have killed half of this muta's life. He's already a Slayer. Heck, 2 out of the 3 are Slayers. It looks like Tomko will be able to... ooh, he does lose one, but giving a reprieve. Looks like he stayed over land for no real reason. Tomko's Overlord still scouting out the natural. And he will move out with a Baneling Hydra and a couple Speedlings. So very interesting composition for both players. Again, Sander hitting all the tech paths except for a Spire because he can't afford it. He needs more and more drones. Are they on their way? No. 4 Zerglings and 5 Hydras. These larvae will pop